binder has arrived. But I'm so stoked to have this. My name's PSim, and I'm collecting every forest in Magic the Gathering. We had a really busy week this week. We hit at least 4 different stores to pick up forests and actually arrange some trades online. But everything started off on Thursday night when we visited a little store called Victory Road. And they let you get some forests with the purchase. So I grabbed some. I think I probably have a lot of these CLB. And I got a Magic 12, probably have it, CLB. But I did get a couple Bloomborough full arts, which I may or may not have. An Ixalan that I didn't recognize, I probably have though. But I did pick up a couple of Assassin's Creed full arts, which I definitely do not have, so that's pretty sweet. And I also got this foil, which I think is an Innistrad remastered or something remastered. I don't actually know what this is, but it was foil, so I grabbed it. And for my purchase, I got a Timber Protector, who's going to keep our forests safe by giving them indestructible. After Victory Road, we went over to Larry's to pick up an order of a bunch of forests as well as some cards I needed for a trade. I didn't record any close-ups of these, but as you can see, we got a Kaldheim snow-covered forest, Foundation full art foil. We got a couple of Tarkir Dragonstorm sets of the foil and non-foil, and we also got that unhinged full art right there you see at the top. And we also got an unsanctioned full art foil. So now we have the foil of that, but not the non-foils. In addition, we got a bunch of random foils of normal cards, an Innistrad Midnight Hunt, March of Machines, Theros Beyond Death, War of the Spark, Lorwyn, Zendikar Rising, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and an Innistrad Remastered. We also got a few non-foils that I'm excited about. We got a couple Commander 2018, Arrivals of Ixalan, and then we got 2 from special pre-constructed decks. One from Dual Deck Garruk versus Liliana, and we also got one from the Global Series deck, the Jiang Yangwu and Mu Yanning, which were a Planeswalker deck meant for the Chinese market. Always happy to get some stuff from special random decks. I kind of regret getting some of these, especially the Tarkir ones, because I figure I could have found some players to trade with to get some of those. But we have them now, and we basically have every forest Larry's had to offer. So if you were looking for forests from him, I'm sorry. They aren't there anymore. I took them all. The cards I picked up to trade were these Jovin's Ferrets and these Dreadfeast Demons. A couple players in Lawrence had heard through the Gamenut Discord that I was going to be coming in to trade for forests, and went through their collections and found some big sets of forests to trade with me, but they both had some very specific requests in return. They were pretty much bulk cards, so it seemed like a good trade for some forests, and we're going to trade it to them on Friday night. It is Friday, October 31st. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I have a busy evening scheduled. I have to go to Collector's Cache to pick up some cards, including some that I need for a trade that I need to make. Next, I'm going to Lawrence to Gamenut. We're going to trade with some people, pick up some cards, and we're going to play in the draft night there, because I do actually play Magic from time to time. Go figure. But yeah, we are packing up the binders with trades and my draft kit and getting ready to go. Draft is at 6, need to be there at 5, Collector's Cache anytime between then, and I need to find food at some point, so wish me luck. It's going to be a busy evening. It's 3:35 in the afternoon, and we've made it to Collector's Cache. They buy gold and silver coins. Back when I was in middle school, I would go along to Friday Night Magics at Collector's Cache at a different location, and lose every game because I was in middle school. But my brother and his friends did a lot better. But anyway, it's time to go get some forests. Grab the binder and head in. Got a whole bunch. Alright, we just got out of Collector's Cache. I stayed a while and talked to some people because, of course, everybody will love to see the binder. But I wish I could slot these all into the binder right now, but I really have to hurry on to my next stop. And I'm going to show some of the things I got. I got a huge 2-page report of all the cards I got. And I got a
game night box, kind of because they had a good price on it, and actually this is the kind of thing I like because I can play it casually with people, and it also has force. I needed it. And we got a big stack of cards, including, they gave me a freebie I found in their full art lands pile that I needed. One last Battle for Zendikar non-foil full art, and most importantly, we got the forest card. It's a magic card, and it's a forest. Anyway, so that'll go in the binder. I also got some more ferrets here for good measure, just in case I need some more ferrets to acquire some more forests, because ferrets and forests, they go hand in hand, I think. I actually don't know if that's true at all, that they might be more plains creatures. But I think they're heavily domesticated. I was actually reading about ferrets today. Neither here nor there. Anyway, I have to get to Lawrence, so see you guys there.
Well, long story short, I did not make it to Lawrence. It turned out they were closing early for Halloween, and we all kind of found out about that at the last minute, so Lawrence trip had to get rescheduled. Instead, I ended up here at Mission Board Games North location, and I'm going through the cards we picked up from Collector's Cache in front of us. It turned out this was kind of a happy coincidence because they were doing a Chaos Draft here at Mission Board Games tonight, and they had a Mystery Booster 2 in the mix for that Chaos Draft. So it was actually quite the treat to play in that. Got to open some really interesting cards. I'd never seen a playtest card before. They were pretty fun. I didn't do super well in it, but you know, I got some wins, came away feeling pretty good, and won some sort of door prize I was entered for, and got a promo Dragon. Anyway, as you can see, most of the pickups from Collector's Cache were foiled standard cards, a couple full arts in there. Maybe I should have held off on buying some of these to try to trade a bit more from players, but you know, if the cards are there and I need them, it's hard to not just pick them up right there. And I'll never sleep on any of these core set foils. You know, players didn't open tons of core set cards, so I figure finding these in the wild is probably going to be a little tricky, even though they're not that valuable. I will say, as I picked up cards at both these locations and talked to people and traded with them, I kept hearing one phrase over and over again, said very ominously, and that phrase was summer magic. Players seem to think that summer magic's going to be the hard ones for me to collect, and in retrospect now, after doing a bit more research, they might not be wrong. I had seen this set on like TCG Player, but it didn't show a crazy market price or anything. I think the market price was actually just wrong. The cards from that set are essentially a higher quality reprint of Revised, and they were sold for a very short period of time, so they're very, very hard to find. So that was kind of a bummer learning about that this week, but you know, we just take this one step at a time and we'll keep moving on. As I went through these last few pickups that I got as trade fodder, I got the question I've been hearing a lot when people find out about this challenge.
Are you gonna do this with all the other?
Probably not, but we'll
He's having fun with this stuff.
basically we'll see how long this takes, because we're getting past the part where they're easier to come by.
I don't really think I'm going to collect the other basic land types after this, but as someone on Reddit said in the thread about this last week, you don't really do a project like this unless you enjoy the process. And so if I start to miss the process, we could start again. Just made another trade, and we got a couple more. Oh Lord, it is midnight. I just got back home. Alright, so we did not get a ton new, but we did get... I got a random Ravnica Allegiance 264 I found in their land box. And then I traded someone for 2 Fallout full arts. Pretty stoked about that. And I made a trade for a future card, a Marvel Spider-Man foil, which I'm hoping to get. They're gonna get it to me. We're gonna find it, but we're gonna get the foil Marvel art. But we got a couple new signatures in the binder, including just a K. But that's pretty good. So that's where we're at. But I think it's time for bed.
Alright, we are about to head out to Lawrence again for realsies to pick up some forests and to trade some ferrets and demons for some other forests and maybe make some other trades while we're there too. We'll see. It's Commander Day today at Gamenut and we're going to try to make some forests happen.
Gamenut was pretty cool. We picked up a ton of forests there, including these 28 that we bought directly from them. Gamenut always has a pretty chill vibe when I'm there. I really like it, so was happy to go back and support them with a bunch of forest purchases. And we also made a trade here for another 16 forests from one of the players we had a scheduled trade with, and another 14 forests from our last trade. So a bunch of new signature pickups. We also got some special guest cards I'll kind of show later. But I'm really happy about the Gamenut sticker we got. They didn't have an official sticker, but shout out to Carter, who quickly printed off a price label that said enjoy the forest. So that was great. We got a number of good pickups from Gamenut, and I didn't record close-ups of all of them. We got a few Surge foils, which were nice, and we got that Onfinity card, but I wanted to highlight a couple of them here. This Jurassic Park foil now completes the set of... I think these are really cool with the front and back side cards, and this gives me the opportunity to place the foil backside up. And the really cool party trick with this thing is with the foil, you get a really nice moonlight effect, or almost like a searchlight sweeping over the dinosaurs. I just think that looks so cool, and it's great having them right next to each other, so kind of wanted to share that with you guys. But our bigger hit we got from there was this card. This card right here was pretty pricey and is now our priciest forest in the set. We have a Judge gift card from 2014. It's a foil with art by Therese Nielsen. Not a lot of forests done by this artist, but this one is pretty nice, and they had it in the store, so I'm very glad they made that available for us to pick up. So yeah, if you're a fan of the Judge promos or Therese's art, there you have it.
Alright, I'm leaving Gamenut now. And honestly, this made up for Friday being kind of a hot mess. I got like 70 forests here. I traded with some people. One guy just wanted the ferrets, traded a green goblin to somebody else. And a lot of people commented on the binder. The Pokemon professor who was running a pre-release came over and was like, he saw that I had a Yu-Gi-Oh card in there and was like, no, we can't have this. So he added a forest from Pokemon to it. So that was great. The guys there were great. So this was great. I'm feeling stoked. I'm re-energized on this. But yeah, it's back to Kansas City. I think I need to take the rest of my day to rest and recuperate and yeah, double check the forest list and things like that. Just do some bookkeeping. All right, I'll see you guys later.
Little did I know that while I was getting those cards at Gamenut and heading back to Kansas City, I was getting linked on Reddit and Blue Sky with pictures of my forest binder. So I woke up the next day to suddenly getting a bunch of views on YouTube and not really knowing why. So thank you to all the new people here. You guys have left such nice comments and everyone's pretty supportive, so I appreciate it. Some people have asked if they can send me some forests, and I appreciate the support, but right now I'm really trying to keep this a local project, and I don't really have a good way to receive mail from people on the internet. Maybe that'll change at some point, but for right now I think we're just going to keep it local. That being said, I will be traveling outside of Kansas City to some other areas, and if you want to meet up with me when I'm in your city, I would love to do that. I'm going to be traveling to Seattle in about a month for a work trip, really short, but on December 12th, Friday, I'm going to be there picking up some forests and seeing some card shops in town. So if you want to try to meet up then, let me know and we can try to make it happen. Next week, however, is the Avatar pre-release, so I'm going to be going to a number of game stores for that. I'll be at Mission Board Games in Mission on Friday. On Saturday, I'm going to try to hit Larry's again for an evening pre-release. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be at Meeple-A-Thon in town, which is a nice charity convention for board games, card games, tabletop games. They're doing a Chaos Draft on Sunday that I plan on participating in, and I'm going to bring along the Forest Binder. I don't really know whether people are going to be bringing cards to trade to this event, but I figured the forest binder is a fun thing to bring along regardless. So if you want to meet up at any of those this week, I'll be there. Remember, you can always check the website in the description below to see what cards we're still missing and what cards we have and how far complete we are. On that note, as I was going through cards this evening, I rechecked the inventory and discovered a few cards that I hadn't marked on the website, and adding in those last few cards actually put us over 50% completion of the binder. We hit over 590 forests, and I can't believe how fast this project has been coming along. People keep asking me, oh, how long have you been doing this for? I've lost track of time. I've apparently only been doing this for about a month, and we already hit 50%. It's only going to get harder from here, but this is a great milestone, and I'd wanted to commemorate it by getting some art done for the cover of the binder. The front of the binder is really just big and black, and the inside's a lot cooler, so I really wanted to get something on the front that let people know what was inside and invited them to come talk about it. Now, you may be able to guess from my website, but I'm not that much of an artist, so I wanted to find a local artist that I could commission to do this, and I dug into the Mission Board Games Discord and found a local artist and struck up a conversation about decorating the binder. We went back and forth for a bit over the weekend, and she gave me a pitch for a kind of fun idea, and I handed off the binder on Monday afternoon, and she was really eager to work on the project and had a lot of fun with it. So we actually picked it up on Thursday that same week. Alright, we just got back from another game store picking up a few forests. I went to level 1 this evening and picked up, they only had a few forests available, but I was going there anyway to meet someone, so we picked up a Ravnica Guild Kit promo, an Aether Drift full art gold foil, and another Ravnica forest. So we've got 2 Ravnica promo forests and the Aether Drift full art. And while I was there, oh crap. We got the binder back. Which was Oops All Forests. Oh my gosh. So we have a very silly Oops All Forests binder that's full of green mana, as you can see. A lot of green mana symbols in there. And this is Rofellos here, in case you weren't playing Magic in 1999 or early 2000s, who cares very much about forests, and he, on his card, I don't have his card, if anyone has his card, let me know, but he just looks very stoked to be in the forest. But yeah, this binder was done by Kay of Kayley Tolle Design. She was hanging out in the Mission Board Games Discord and did a great job, but I'm totally stoked. I think it looks great. The colors look amazing. Yeah, I'll post some links to her socials in the description if you want to check out her stuff. I know she recorded some footage of the work in progress of this, and so she might be posting some of that. Check out the links in the description for that. But for now, the binder is no longer a faceless void. We have friendliness. And I have no idea how people are going to react to this. I don't know if anyone's even going to recognize Rofellos. I asked one guy that I knew a lot of Magic lore, and he's like, who's that? That's way before my time. And I'm like, uh-oh. So, we'll see. But either way, I think as long as you've had a bowl of Captain Crunch in your life, you're going to at least get the joke. And if you don't get that, then it's still pretty obvious. Reading the binder explains the binder, as they would say, you know? But yeah, now it's time to put some cards into it. Thanks for watching this week's episode of the Forest Binder. Let me know what you guys think about the cover. It is pretty silly, but I'm having a good time with it. We are going to have a few more interesting pickups next week. You might see some previews of that on Blue Sky or on YouTube posts if you're keeping an eye out. But be sure to subscribe if you want to see some more. Check out the links in the description if you want to see what forests we're missing, or if you want to check out some more of Kay's art, or if you want to get a binder of your own, we have a link to that as well. But until next time, thanks for watching.